Why micro-investors confuse business with value creation. Introduction, full calendars, light impact. In micro-private capital, business is everywhere. Calendars are packed. Boards convene. Calls happen. Messages ping. Spreadsheets update themselves with admirable frequency. There is movement, activity, engagement, the reassuring hum of people doing things. And from this activity emerges a comforting conclusion: value must be being created. It is a logical assumption. It is also frequently wrong. This essay examines a quiet but persistent confusion in micro-private capital, the tendency to equate business with effectiveness. To assume that because time is being spent, progress is being made. To believe that involvement is inherently valuable. It is not. The visibility bias: what we see feels important. Human beings are naturally drawn to visible effort. It reassures us. It creates the impression of control. In micro-private capital, visible effort takes many forms. Frequent board meetings. Detailed reporting cycles. Regular operational check-ins. Constant communication. These activities feel productive. They look like governance. They create structure. But visibility is not impact. A 2-hour board meeting that results in no meaningful decision is not value creation. A weekly update that changes nothing is not progress. A stream of messages that adds noise rather than clarity is not support. The problem is not the activity itself. It is the assumption that activity equals advancement. The calendar fallacy. Many micro-investors measure their engagement by time spent. I'm very involved in this business. We speak every week. I'm on site regularly. These statements sound reassuring. They imply commitment. They suggest value add. But time spent is a poor proxy for impact delivered. A single well-timed intervention can change a company's trajectory. 50 hours of peripheral involvement may do nothing at all. The calendar fallacy is seductive because it is easy to measure. Impact is harder. It requires outcome tracking, not time logging. Governance as performance. Governance is essential in micro-private capital. But it is also easily performative. Board packs expand. KPIs multiply. Dashboards become increasingly sophisticated. All of which creates a sense of progress. But ask a simple question: what decisions have changed as a result? If governance does not alter behavior, it is theater. Many micro-investors mistake the existence of governance for the effectiveness of governance. The board meets, therefore value is being created. In reality, value comes from decisions made, actions taken, outcomes improved. Everything else is supporting structure. The activity trap. Business can become self-reinforcing. Investors who are highly active receive more information, engage in more conversations, generate more ideas. This creates a loop. More activity leads to more perceived necessity for activity. Meanwhile, founders adapt. They begin to provide more updates, seek more input, defer decisions. The business slows slightly. Not dramatically, but enough to matter. The investor feels engaged. The founder feels observed. Neither feels entirely effective. Intervention dilution. When investors intervene frequently, the value of each intervention declines. If every suggestion is treated as important, none are. Founders become adept at filtering. they nod, acknowledge, and selectively ignore. This is not disrespect. It is survival. The more an investor speaks, the less weight their words carry. Scarcity creates impact. Abundance creates noise. The emotional reward of busyness. Busyness is not just operational. It is emotional. It provides a sense of control, a feeling of contribution, evidence of effort. For investors, particularly those with personal capital at stake, this matters. Doing something feels better than doing nothing. But value creation often requires restraint. Waiting. Observing. Choosing the moment to act. This is psychologically uncomfortable. It feels passive, even when it is deliberate. So busyness fills the gap. What real value creation looks like. Real value creation in micro-private capital is infrequent, context-specific, outcome-driven. It shows up as hiring the right senior leader, exiting the wrong customer segment, making a decisive strategic shift, avoiding a costly mistake. These moments are not constant. They cannot be scheduled weekly. They do not fill calendars. They require judgment, timing, and restraint. Why the confusion persists. Busyness is easy to observe. Value is harder to measure. Investors report activity because it is tangible. Founders tolerate it because it signals engagement. The alternative, admitting that value creation is sporadic and uncertain, is less comforting. So the system reinforces itself. Conclusion: less movement, more meaning. Micro-private capital does not need less involvement. It needs more precise involvement. Busyness is not the enemy. Misinterpreting it is. The most effective investors are not those who do the most, but those who do the right things at the right time, and nothing more. Which, unfortunately, is much harder to schedule.